Welcome to the Good Games Podcast, episode 177. This is a show where we talk about video games and game-related things. My name is Frank from Palm Manso, and I'm your host. And as always, I'm joined by the co-host of the show, Alex Nunez. What's up, man?
Hey, hi. I'm doing okay. What's going on in Frank stuff?
Oh my God, he's asking about me again. This never happens.
I know how you love it when people ask you what you're doing.
Oh boy. we just had a pretty riveting discussion about things before we started this, but
fond memories.
Inside jokes. But as far as what's going on with me, well, I've actually just been reacquainting myself with the world of fighting games. I wanna definitely make a plan of it to go to EVO this coming year. Mm-hmm. And I know EVO is in August now, even though it's just like usually like 1 week later. But I think I'm gonna book my flight like soonish. And I'm gonna book the flight in the hotel soonish, and I'm gonna go out there, man. If I have to go out there by myself, I'm gonna go. But I want to compete at EVO. I'm not gonna win anything. Well, we don't know that, but I'm pretty confident I'm not going to win anything, but I want to compete in some games, especially because Dragon Ball FighterZ is going to definitely be a game that's there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I know they have like side tournaments and stuff, and I want to like compete in like some of the side tournaments too, and like, you know, possibly make some more fighting game friends. So
dope.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay away from the Street Fighter V scene. I still want to compete in it, of course, but like Street Fighter V just seems like it's almost like passing me by. But I'm hoping that like with season 3, hopefully, you know, on the horizon, I'm hoping that it'll kind of bring me back with like the old characters that are rumored to make an appearance. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. But cool. And just on a quick last note on that, like I've noticed that like, well, I've been asking people to like play like old fighting games with me, but nobody responds, and I'm really sad about that. I really want to play old fighting games with people. So
like which ones?
The old versus games.
You haven't asked me, so I don't know.
Oh, well, I didn't know if you'd be interested in like the old versus games, like X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, Third Strike. Like Capcom's glory days, like those games,
right?
like those fighting games, like those gems of games, and yeah. But if you want to play, we should totally play.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm not too much of an expert in the versus games because I know you're gonna body me there, but I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. I just want to do it to kind of get my reflexes back on track. That's all.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was recently hitting the Street Fighter V lab. I felt like there was a big hole in my Guile game, and I finally learned how to do the Guile Sonic Boom loop.
Ooh.
Although I cannot do it consistently, so I doubt that I'll be able to do it in a real match, but I know how to do it. I know the mechanics of it and can maybe get it 10% of the time. So it's somewhere in the pocket. I just need to get the timing down a little bit better to be able to rely on it. But
okay,
I was just like, you know what? Let me try this. Sit down for a couple of hours and just try to figure this all out, because that was like one of the things I was like, you know what? I can't do that. That's like the one thing I can't do.
But now I sort of can. Trigger loop.
Yeah, it's the V trigger in the corner.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that. It's devastating. It's like 20 hit combo or something like that.
Yeah. It's fucking satisfying when you can pull that shit off. It is a dope ass combo.
Well, keep practicing and get that percentage up, that consistency up, and then you'll be able to do it mid match. And then I think you realize, like, because you've been watching, like I was been watching like matches, like here and there, and like when like someone like let's say Knuckle does it, when he does it, he'll probably do it like once or twice in like an entire set, like an entire like first to 10 or something.
Yeah, the opportunity for that to come up is like pretty rare. It's not like you're going to bust that out every match. And that kind of applies to a lot of Guile's, even like his bread and butter combos, like because a lot of the times you're just not going to get into the position to pull that stuff off unless you get like maybe a crush counter.
Right. I find a lot of it, and with the game in general, a lot of it is situational.
Yeah.
So you just happen to wind up in that position. You're like, oh, okay. And then you have to kind of like your mind has to force yourself to kind of get into that mode to execute the combo.
Yeah, a lot of it's just like you practice the thing and hope to God that maybe you're in the position one day to actually use that thing, and then your brain should know what to do by that point.
Oh, yeah. It's very true.
Yep.
It's very true. All right. Well, that's what's been going on with me. Anything up with you?
Not much really. Still doing like the occasional Street Fighter 5 tournament on the weekend. I did terrible this weekend.
Oh no.
No, not this weekend. No. This was because we had like a whole thing we were doing like the whole season 2 basically. So we were playing most of the year and like earning points and stuff like that.
Okay.
Some people bowed out, so I ended up in like the top 8, which I wasn't ready for.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know, that day I just played terribly. I was just all sloppy and stuff, and I don't know. I just 0-2, and I was like, God damn, I at least wanted to win my first match because I played that guy a bunch. He plays Abigail, so like the damage factor is super scary all the time.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy that matchup, but it is so fucking scary the whole time. It is like I'm fending off this fucking giant monster.
Yeah, one crush counter from Abigail, and that's it's a lot of possibility. A lot of damage for nothing. Yeah, a lot of damage for nothing.
Yeah, but yeah, I was like, we've played like a long set before. Like we played first to 10 one time, not too long ago, and he won it, but he won like 10-9. Okay. And we had like some hard swings in that set. Like he would win 3 in a row, and then I would win 3 in a row. It was weird momentum going on there, but I think he just studied the hell out of that matchup. But yeah, it was not pretty for me after that.
Well, it's always just keep practicing, man.
Yeah, just got to keep at it. That's all I can do.
Yeah. I've been playing more Guilty Gear too, just in anticipation.
Yeah,
for Evo.
Yeah, there's like so many fighting games, and they take so much time to play competently. I'm like, shit, I want to play them all.
I know, me too. I've definitely got my sights set on those Arc Systems Works games, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is going to take over, for me at least. Yeah. I know that for sure.
Yeah. as soon as that happens, we are going to have the matches. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop for the next 6 to 7 months. I'm not going to stop. Like I will keep playing it. I mean, it's not going to stop after Evo, but still. Yeah.
It might slow down a little bit.
Just a bit. But but yeah. It's not going to stop. Not going to stop. But yeah, if you want to play some Fightcade games, man, let's do it. If you want to do it this week, or not this week, but this weekend sometime. Okay. I'm free. I got some time. Let's play some
I'd be down.
games. And then
I just gotta make sure my Fightcade stuff is up to date and sort out my button situation. Because it was funny, because you talked about Fightcade not too long ago, and then like the week later, they're like, hey, we have a new version of Fightcade. Yeah. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You also have to, we could talk about some of the details of that off air, because I want to implicate myself in something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But no, it's just a change. It's just a change to the format of the new Fightcade, so that you might have to reload some of those files there. Okay. You might have to get different files.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying about that.
Okay. Cool.
But you should be fine. But yeah, cool. Let's get started with the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we got stuff to talk about, man.
Yeah, we do.
I got things to get off my chest. I feel like I left people in like limbo last week after hyping these games up.
Yeah. You saying about the H games and stuff. So I am actually interested to hear about this first game that you got up, because it's a game that looked kind of interesting. So go ahead, what you got for us?
So I've been playing Hollow Knight. This is a game that came out earlier this year. It's like I think it was kickstarted like in 2014, something like that.
Something like that.
But I only heard about it when it got released earlier this year, and some people on Twitter were kind of throwing out the GOTY tag for this game, and I'm like, oh, okay. This is the kind of caliber game we're talking about, right? I might have to check this out. And then eventually I pulled the trigger and bought Hollow Knight. And yo, do you like Metroidvanias?
Yo, do I?
Yo, you might want to check out Hollow Knight then.
Really?
But it is a slightly different flavor of Metroidvania. I know you and I are fans of this particular genre, and kind of what amazes me about is like every other Metroidvania game that I play and that I enjoy, they all have like this unique flavor to the whole formula or to the genre. Like Guacamelee is all about, it's very cartoony and all exuberant and stuff, and it's actually pretty funny, and and they do focus on like the melee combat, and it feels very much like a fighting game, and they coupled the abilities with like, super intense platforming sections. Ori and the Blind Forest is, all this gorgeous looking game that's hand painted basically, and it's all about like the excellent platforming. Not so much on the combat though, but
that platforming though.
Yeah, for real, man. Like they made their boss battles like platforming things.
Yes,
it's great.
It's one of my favorite aspects of Ori and the Blind Forest. If you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest, what are you doing?
You're messing up. Yep,
play it now.
But yeah, Hollow Knight also is another one of those things where it does things differently. And I think I ended up reading their Kickstarter page a little while ago, and they said they were influenced by things like the other Castlevania games, and Metroid, and Zelda 2 actually was one of their inspirations as well. But I also got a hint of like Dark Souls in the mix for this game.
Oh, that difficult, or just the atmosphere?
Both actually. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The atmosphere has got like this very like almost morose and melancholy atmosphere to it, but it's also got like all the main characters, all the characters in the game, they're kind of 2D animated. It looks like they're going for like a traditional like 2D hand animated style. So it looks real nice. It has a unique look to it. But yeah, it's like all these, and the whole world is just all like these bugs, right? All the characters are bugs, but they're kind of cute bugs because they're hand drawn in almost sort of like a Disney exaggerated style. But yeah, like even though those characters, they're like these cartoony characters, but it's also in this world that is kind of like, there's like a deep fog over everything, especially when you start the game, and it's kind of very muted, desaturated colors in the beginning at least. And yeah, that kind of sets the tone, and the music is all like, very, again, very melancholy. And yeah, like I think the focus here is mainly on the combat with some platforming stuff mixed in. It's a 2D game, but yeah, like I get the Dark Souls thing for a couple of reasons, but it's not, I don't know if you can say it's like fully like, oh, this is a 2D version of Dark Souls, but there is, I think, some of that DNA in there for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, you play this little Hollow Knight dude, and the story is kind of, it feels like it's slowly unraveling, and that's another thing about this game. Is I feel, and one of the reasons why I didn't talk about it after I first played it was because it kind of starts out pretty slow, because it also puts a focus on the exploration aspect. It doesn't hand everything to you sort of like on a silver platter, like something like Ori and the Blind Forest might do, where a lot of these Metroidvania games is all about the map, and you get access to the map right away. And Hollow Knight, they don't give you those things for free.
Oh.
So one of the unique aspects of this game is the map, in that, for one, you don't start out with a map. Each area that you visit, you have to buy the map for that specific area from the map maker. And the map maker is in a section of that area. So each area you go to, you have to find the map maker and buy the map from him. And then when you get the map, it is not completely filled in. I guess primarily because, the map maker is not an explorer like you are, so he's not going to find every nook and cranny of that space. So he's going to have just, some overall layout of the area. Also, the map does not tell you where you are on the map. You have to kind of figure that out on your own.
What?
Yes. So it's like one of the old days, you pull out a fucking map atlas and try to figure out like, okay, I'm on this cross street, and I'm on here. I passed by this area. This area looks like the area I just passed, so I must be in this room. And then you figure out where the hell you need to go from there.
Wow.
Yes, it is pretty cool.
Wait, so if you're like doing regular platforming and you're going through certain, let's say you don't have the map, and let's say you're going through a certain area, does like the map, quote unquote, does it fill in?
No, the map doesn't exist. Been? No, the map doesn't exist until you buy it first, and even when you buy it, it doesn't fill in for you.
Oh, damn it.
So there's actually an item that you have to buy. You have to buy a quill from, actually the map maker's wife has a store in the main town that you start out in. And she has other items as well that will help you out. But the quill specifically is what will fill in the map for you. But the catch there is that it doesn't fill in the map for you as you're passing through areas. You basically have to get to a save point after you visit those areas, at which point the dude he'll fill out the map with the places that he's been to.
Holy
and then you'll see the changes. Yeah. It's pretty hardcore in that way. But it's like, it's kind of exciting as well in a different way. It's like, okay, this is fucking dope. And I can see kind of clearly like what's going on here. And I guess in a way it does promote you to kind of explore the map, but not have that crutch of like, okay, this is exactly where I need to be.
Where I am and where I need to be. And I guess, yeah, it definitely it definitely works with your memory and just knowing the layout of the land.
Yep. And let me tell you, my memory is shit. But there are other stuff like you can buy a compass, but like a lot of the important items like that seem to be pretty expensive, at least to start off. So you can buy a compass and the compass will actually tell you where you are on the map. It'll show like an icon of where you are.
Okay.
But that is actually a charm. And so this game has like a charm system. So you can kind of slot in different abilities, basically like passive abilities to your character. You can only slot in these items when you're at a save point though. So you can't just kind of like swap on and off on the fly. But they give you different abilities like, the compass, it tells you where you're on the map. I found one the other day where it can actually increase the size of your sword slash. So you can hit enemies from farther away. There's one that kind of protects you while you're healing yourself, which is also can come in handy. But some of those charms, like different charms, will cost different like charm slots. So I think when you start off, you only have like 2 or 3 charm slots that you can use, and like the more powerful abilities will cost more slots to take up. So you can only put in so many things at once. You can't activate everything all at the same time. I mentioned the healing stuff. The healing, there's a game kind of mechanic which they refer to as soul. Every time you strike enemies with your sword, you get a little bit of soul, and there's like a little orb that fills in the corner of your screen.
Right.
When you fill that up, you can heal yourself for one, but that soul, you can also use it for other things. Later on, you will learn like a special attacks that also use soul. So it's a kind of a cool way to balance your ability to kind of heal yourself. Sort of like the Estus flasks from Dark Souls. Because when you use them, especially, you are vulnerable. You have to like kind of like do a little charging thing. You have to hold down the button to use a soul, and when you're doing that, you're standing still and can be hit by enemies and all that sort of thing. So it's incredibly tough to do, especially when you need to heal in a boss battle. Like, oh my god, but that's where things like that charm that can kind of put a shell around you while you're healing can be helpful, especially if you're like struggling with a boss battle or something.
Cool.
But yeah, like just having that resource that you have to balance with like your health, and then you also use it for attacks. Like it's both an offensive and defensive thing. Also, sort of like the Dark Souls thing, when you die, you have your soul kind of stays behind, and you have to go back and collect it so that you get all your Geo, which is like the in-game currency, how you buy things. And some of the items are pretty important and they're pretty expensive, so you don't want to get hit with a big geo loss. So it is in your best interest to try and get to your soul where you died and get that back, because when you die, you end up going back to the last save point that you were at, which, if you haven't saved in a while, could be a long ass way from where the fuck you died. It's not great. The other twist of that though is your soul fights back. So you have to kill your fucking soul. It's like a shadow version of yourself. So
that's like a
it
ghost.
Also has. Yeah, it has access to also all your abilities that you might have. So if you have any special attacks, it's going to fucking use that against you for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, so usually if you sneak up on it, it's not too bad. You can hit it in 2 swipes. But if you get any distance against you, it could work against you. So that's not good. But that system works out pretty good. Like especially if you died in a boss battle, the ghost will kind of spawn before the boss room, so you don't have to go in the boss room, fight the boss and your ghost at the same time. You can kind of just have an easier time of it.
Right.
So it's fair. I like that it does that. But yeah, like this game is just like fucking challenging, man. It doesn't give anything to you for free. Even like the peon enemies, like the ones that you should be able to walk over, they take at least 2 hits of your sword. There's no enemy that I've seen, I think, that you can one hit. So like every encounter, you have to like make sure you have like complete focus and you don't take anything for granted. But yeah, like just. It's a fairly simple combat system. You just press one button to swipe your sword, and you have like a pretty long sword swipe. But you can also swipe in the 4 directions, up, down, left, and right. And there's knockback as well, which can be very important in the game, especially when you are like platforming and you hit an enemy. Both you and the enemy will get knocked back. So you want to make sure you do not knock yourself back off of a platform and then fall into a pit of spikes, because that would suck. I guess the other parallel to Dark Souls is the boss battles, because the boss battles are fucking intense, or at the very least they can be. Sometimes there are enemies that are just most of the enemies, like even the peons, they're like they're like little Metroid enemies. They're like sometimes they're crawling on the floor and going around things, and sometimes they're flying enemies. You have to shoot them, or they'll shoot at you, and then you have to swat them out of the air. Then you'll occasionally come across enemies that have like swords and shields and stuff, and they'll start blocking your attacks, and you have to kind of think a little bit to get one over on them. But the boss battles, I think, are where this game shines. And
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much. Like some of the early stuff is like, all right, you're just kind of figuring the game out. And for a while, I was kind of like avoiding it just because I'm like, oh shit, like this game is just so difficult as it is. And I saw this big ass enemy just kind of not doing anything. I'm like, oh, I probably don't want to fuck with that person right now. And I pretty much just went around in circles, exhausted everything I can do. I'm like, okay, I guess I got to fight this dude.
Like, this is destiny.
Yeah. And it's like this super tight enclosed room, and I'm like, he takes up like a good quarter of that room, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this right now. But yeah, like once I got over that hurdle, but yeah, like not all of them have been like to this level, but like one of the last boss battles I had, I was literally like my hands were sweating, I was shaking because I was just so nervous and anxious about this boss fight. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it's just a combination of the difficulty of the fight itself, plus the fact that I had to, each time I died, I had to start back at the rest point and then make my way back to the boss fight. But wow. Yeah, I started off the boss fight like, okay, it started off fine, and they do a pretty good job of foretelling the next phase of that boss fight. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. Things are going to change up. I did not expect the change that they made for phase 2 of that fight. And I was like, oh, fuck me. They did, nope. And it kind of threw, I thought it was going to be like, okay, I can kind of figure this out and play it by ear, but like the game was having none of that. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh boy.
I see what's going on now. And then at that point, I kind of like left the game for a bit. I was like, oh shit, I got to take a break. This is too much. And I don't know. Eventually, I played this past week, and I was like, you know what? Let me just boot it up again. I did that, and I got back to there, and I got my ass kicked a couple times. I can get past phase 1, no problem now. Now it's just figuring out phase 2, and then I don't know. After getting my ass kicked like maybe 2 or 3 times, I got back in there, and then I was like fucking Neo from the Matrix. I can see the code now. And I was dodging shit left and right. I'm like,
it's about practice.
Yeah, exactly. And just having it click, and that was so goddamn satisfying. Even though
Have
I
you
didn't
played Cuphead yet?
No, I haven't played it yet. Still.
All right, that's another one. That's another one that you'll feel absolutely. It'll feel like such a great feeling when you're actually able to like you're able to like skill a boss like that, because the bosses in Cuphead are difficult, and this sounds very similar as far as boss battles go.
Yeah, this one is pretty crazy. Yeah, but like even then, like even once I figured it out, once it started to click, I still couldn't do it on that try. So a couple more tries, and it's just like, okay, I'm getting the rhythm now. It's just a matter of executing. And holy shit, that shit was so goddamn satisfying when I beat it. It's like, yo, okay, This game is fucking pretty good. But man, yeah, this game is huge. I don't have an idea really of how big it is yet. But yeah, I'm still finding new areas of the game. I looked on how long to beat, and apparently people are saying it's like 40 hours to complete this game.
Holy fuck.
Of which I've only played 6 of, maybe 8 hours, something around there.
God damn it.
So yeah, there's a lot of this game, and I know they've put out a couple of free updates so far as well, so there might be even more content than I'm expecting. But yeah, this game is fucking dope, man. It's a kick in the teeth a little bit. If you're fine with a little bit of challenge, I'd say, definitely pick this up. But yeah, as like 2D platforming / Metroidvanias go, this is fucking dope. As long as you're not expecting it to hold your hand a little bit, because it's definitely not going to do that for you. But it is so rewarding if you let it take over you.
All right. Well, yeah, I definitely also recommend playing Cuphead, dude. I think you'll really enjoy Cuphead because, Cuphead is just straight up like boss battles with some levels thrown in there. But
yeah, it's
Cuphead,
definitely still on my list.
Cuphead is definitely going to be a game that's going to frustrate you. But once you get the hang of the bosses, like you're going to try the bosses like 1,000,000 times each. But like once you get the hang of each boss and you recognize their patterns, then it's just like a race to the finish. It's just like a war of attrition. Like you just have to outlast the boss, like with all its bullshit, and just keep hitting it until it dies. But
yeah.
they're also just like creative and interesting. Yeah, just on to the next one, which is like even worse than the last one. So yeah, but Cuphead's dope. But yeah, I really wanted to try this game out because I did see the way it looked and I really like the aesthetic of it.
Yeah,
but I haven't gotten around to it. But I definitely.
I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it matters to you, but currently the game is PC only. But they have said that there is a Switch version in the future, like in the near future. Yes. They're working on it now.
I was reading something about that as well. I think I'm gonna stick with the good old PC on this one and just play it on the PC. I mean, it doesn't seem like it takes a lot to run. So.
No, it's just 2D whatever. I will say though, I had some weird controller issues with it. I'm playing on my Xbox One pad, and I don't know, with the default settings, I had some weird issues. I forget exactly what was happening, but like some of the directional buttons felt like they were being sticky or something, even though my controller was fine. So I would go too far in one direction when I didn't want to. But in game, there's an option to use I forget what exactly it's called, like something like use native controller or something or other. I had to switch that on, and then it started working fine. So I don't know, just something to keep an eye out in case you play this game on PC with an Xbox One controller. I don't know if it affects other controllers, but there is a setting in there that can change the controller thing, and hopefully that'll help if you have problems like I did, because that was a pain in the ass sometimes.
Good to know. Thanks for the heads up, because I do use an Xbox One controller for the PC. So,
yeah, man. But Hollow Knight is the only problem I have with it is that I don't know if I'm going to finish it anytime soon, because it's one of those games that I only play in short bursts.
Yep.
I just can't spend like a marathon session with it, because it's just like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. No, I don't want to go back. I died and I lost so much progress. No, I can't do this right now.
Yo, I'm telling you, this sounds Cuphead the same fucking thing. Like, I'm telling you. Cuphead is something that you can just pick up. You just pick up and play it for like 20 minutes, just try to beat one boss.
Yeah. And
you might do it in that time, you might not, and then you just put it down and then you just pick it up another time and just keep trying.
Yeah. But at least there's not this like just miles of shit to explore in between all the different boss battles and stuff. It's like, oh man, there's so many dangers lurking around every corner.
Which is why I want to try it.
Yeah. It is super cool, and I'm still discovering so many things about this game. It is a treasure for sure. If you can check it out, definitely do that.
I think I will.
If you're not scared.
I will. No, I'm not scared of challenge.
I'm not to you, but like to anybody else listening.
Oh. Cool.
Because I know that doesn't jive with everybody, but it does with some people. Like us, because we're crazy.
Yeah, we're kind of nuts.
But yeah, that's my time with Hollow Knight.
Cool, man. Well, let's talk about a game. This game's been out for a long time, but it's the first time that I got my hands on this game, and you got your hands on it too.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You got around to playing it too.
This game came out like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. Are you still not playing Mario Odyssey? What's going on?
No.
What?
I'm not playing Mario Odyssey. Well, actually, I am playing Mario Odyssey. I've gotten to a point in Mario Odyssey. Yo, I'm thinking that this might be there are so many secrets in this game. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not even talking about like moon locations or anything. Like, so it's been confirmed there are 999 moons in the game. And the counter doesn't go above that. Like, you can get more, but the counter doesn't go above 999.
Okay.
And thing is, like, you unlock like these levels of torture. Like with like every, like, after 500 you unlock a level called the darker side of the moon, which is like, because you end the game on the moon, in the Moon Kingdom, and then when you beat the game, you access the dark side of the moon, and then you access the darker side of the moon when you get enough moons. So the dark side of the moon was pretty hard because you had to do like I guess I would say the boss battles of the game with, you had to do the boss battles of the game, but with very low gravity.
Uh-huh.
And that just made them so much harder. Like, oh my God, because your jump physics were all wrong and you had to like readjust, and the physics didn't affect them at all. So the gravity didn't affect them at all. So it was so hard. So then you unlock the darker side of the moon. I'm like, all right, this is not so bad. So it starts off, you know, it's going to be bad when, the second you land with the Odyssey on the darker side of the moon, every single like entity that you've ever met along your journey is there. And they're cheering you on, and they're saying like, go get them. You know, we're here to support you. We have your support. And I'm like, yeah, thanks guys. All right. I feel like a hero going in. Yo, the fucking level that they throw you in, fucking torture. It is so difficult. And I'm not even sure if it's like the final level.
Right.
The main reason, and I promise I'll get to the actual game that I've been playing, but like the main reason why this level is such torture is because I don't even know the exact count because I haven't beaten it yet, but it's basically like 10 or 11 giant Mario levels, giant 3D Mario levels that are ridiculously difficult. You have to use basically use all of the forms or all of the things that you can possess throughout. And then there are no checkpoints, and you basically have to do it all with just your 3 lives.
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking like the level, like I played through the level for about, I would say 15 whole minutes going through parts of this level, and I still haven't finished. And I still haven't fucking finished. And I'm talking like, it's not just like, platforming. It's just hard. The platforming aspect is super, super difficult and very precise. And the thing is, you're going to have to start using like advanced cap techniques too. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I have been playing Mario Odyssey. I've been playing the shit out of it.
Okay, I was scared for a little bit because I didn't see it anywhere here.
I've got it. That game, we're going to talk about that game a little later. But the game that I've been playing and that you've been playing as well, I see, is Horizon Zero Dawn. Finally got around to playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, we're so timely.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. Like we kind of are a little late on this.
Uh-huh.
But Horizon Zero Dawn, I want to say Horizon Zero Dawn, it didn't grab me fully at first. But when I got to like the hunting of like the mechanical creatures, that's when the game sucked me in. I'm like, I really enjoy the hunting of the creatures. I really enjoy like killing them. And and like I really enjoy like exploiting their weak spots and stealth killing them and landing critical hits on them and all this cool stuff. And like the designs of the creatures are like amazing. Yeah. And with this game, and I'm not gonna say too much, I'm not gonna have too much exposition on this game. Khalik already covered a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn when he was here.
Yeah, earlier in the year.
When he talked about it. And
closer to when the game actually came out.
Closer when the game actually came out, when it was a little more relevant. Uh-huh. But going through the game and getting to a later point in the game, the story is now starting to grab me. And really? It's starting to actually like, I'm actually invested in the story for the most part. I'm like, that happened? Oh, wait a minute. But who? But I see. Now I understand. Now I understand why that there's a point to this. Because at first I felt like there's not really a point to this. I don't really care about the open world aspect. I just want to kind of get on with it and just start hunting more creatures. But then now I'm starting to realize that it's like, this is all leading up to something. So I'm really enjoying my time with this game. Graphics are beautiful. Yeah, everything looks great. The voice acting is on point. The open world. What can I say about the open world? I mean, it's been done before, and honestly, there are two other games. There are two other games that have come out this year that have, to me, done the open world way better than Horizon Zero Dawn has done. But that's not to say that Horizon Zero Dawn's open world aspect is not great. It's good because you can go wherever you want. Technically, you can go wherever
for the most part,
yeah. For the most part, you can go wherever you want, and you have side quests and things that can distract you. But then there's also a focus. There's a goal, and you can do like all this other side shit and whatever. So, but yeah, I for the most part, as a package, though, I'm really enjoying this experience, and I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully I'll be able to really appreciate the game for what it is later on. But it's grabbing me. It's grabbing me. Not at first, and at first I was bored. I was like, this is like a really bland introduction to this character, and I don't really care about the world or the people in it. And now I actually kind of do. And I'm getting to really know everything about this world, and I'm really into it now.
I'm kind of surprised you said that, because I felt the opposite towards you. Because I was kind of hooked from the beginning, because they lay all these mysteries out pretty much at the start, and I'm just asking these questions, and I kind of want to know the answers to these questions. And they seem to dole those out pretty good, at least at the beginning so far. I think I've got like 6 hours so far in Horizon.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like eventually it gets to the point where like, now we get a little taste of what this mystery might lead to, and then it kind of goes on from there, I think. But like I was like, at first I was kind of hooked just because like, okay, why is this baby being exiled like pretty much at birth? Like what?
At birth, yeah.
That seems fucked up. Like what did the parents do? Yeah. They must have done something really terrible if she's being fucking punished for what they did. And I'm like, what? Okay. Something's going on here. But yeah, it was funny trying to figure that out. Although I did want to point out some fucking bullshit that I found in retrospect, which is and the whole thing when she's a kid, there's a whole little sequence where she's trying to like ask these questions about her parents to the person that's taking care of her, and he basically gives her the answer like, oh, you have to basically the only way you're gonna find answers is by competing in the proving.
Yeah, I was like,
and then she's
why?
Like, all right, and then and then cue a fucking montage like, we're gonna train the shit out of you so that you can compete in the training. And they do the whole Lion King thing where in the montage she becomes adult Aloy.
She gets older, yeah.
And then it's like, all right, time for the proving, and eventually you get to the proving, and it was like all of like 5 minutes. I'm like, so her entire life she's been training for this fucking thing, which involved just killing a robot and running to this other place to present parts of said robot.
Present a trophy, as a trophy.
End of the proving.
And you know what the funny thing is? It's like you do the proving, no answers, because shit goes down, and then and then it by accident, apparently. I don't know if this was this. This seems like they're trying to like shape it to be more of like this is your destiny, or your fate, but to find out this way. But shit goes down. You're obviously not going to find out in that direct of a way, and then you wind up in this place that kind of gives you some of the answers that you've been looking for.
Well, I think the response I would give you there is that those people didn't have the answers anyway. So even they gave her what they had essentially. So at least that started her on the path. But yeah, there are more questions beyond that just beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But just the fact, again, like she's trained pretty much her entire life for this proving. I thought it was going to be a little more involved than just killing one thing and doing a foot race to present it to somebody else. Like, really? This is the thing you hyped up for like the first act of this game?
Yeah, they didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it, and especially the way you end. Especially when the shit goes down and the way you end the proving, it's like, it's pretty badass, but it's like a little convenient.
Right.
It's like awfully convenient. It's like, hey, this dude has a big ass gun. Why don't you use that big ass gun and take out all these people? I'm like, okay, sure. Why not? But yeah.
I just still can't get over that shit. I was like, okay, I got here first. Okay, what's the next phase of the proving? And I'm like, nope, that's it. You won. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I felt like a satisfying feeling. And then they're like, so it was like, you remember like when you win, it's just like, oh, she cheated. The outcast cheated. And then I guess the proctor of the exam's like, an outcast win the proving? Never. Because you are brave now, and you feel this sense of pride swell up in you. It's like, you are outcast no longer. From now, you will be known as the proctor gets shot. And I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, who fucking did that? I'm like, was it one of you? And then all of a sudden, you get fucking ambushed, and I'm like, oh no!
Yeah,
it's not official now.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I'm like, oh shit, they're killing all the witnesses too. Oh, I'm fucked.
And I'm like, fuck! How am I gonna prove it now? People are still gonna think I'm an outcast. They're not gonna believe me. God.
But somehow everybody fucking knows about it. Like, even after I've left to the next area and people are still talking about it. So I'm like, okay, word got out.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I guess, they sent an eagle or something. messenger eagle or something. And I guess people know. So
I got to ask you, though, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm picking up hell of parallels to Breath of the Wild here.
Oh, yeah, big time. Big time. I mean, even Khalik, when he was talking about us, he he kept calling this game Horizon Breath of the Wild. Like,
I thought it was more for like the structure
similar
of the game, but there's some other stuff like.
No, I mean, even the structure, even the aesthetic of the game, of the game itself, like it's straight up. Like, I get that vibe, that Breath of the Wild vibe from it, but there are the bow and arrow, the bow and arrow, like. Straight up, like even down to the creatures, like being mechanical for the most part. Like I'm reminded of the Guardians, and Breath of the Wild. Like it's a lot of parallels that are here. Yeah,
because in that beginning era, there's that like big mountain that had like that big whatever machine thing, and it straight up got Guardian tentacles. I'm like, what game am I in? Did the worlds mix or something? What the fuck happened?
Yeah. No, it's true. Like I could definitely see the parallels. I could definitely see why there's huge comparisons to both games. But I could see that for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like you. I think I'm digging this game. It grabbed me from the beginning, which is different from your experience so far. But yeah, I'm still like in love with this game. I just love all the options you have for combat. You can do all kinds of crazy shit with like hunting monsters and setting traps for them and all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot of open room for creativity for sure.
Right.
I love Aloy as a character.
Yeah, I like her as a character too. I feel like she had to grow on me a little bit, but she grew on me very quickly, I'd have to say. And I think, I'd agree with you about the creativity of hunting. Like, I love it. That's the aspect I love the most about this game. Like, setting traps, finding the weak spots, memorizing the different types of enemies, and then knowing like how to dispatch them. Certain enemies have to be dispatched in certain ways. They're weak to certain things, and it's just like so many things that I really like enjoy having to kind of like, pick apart those details.
Yeah.
About like the environment and about what you're dealing with. And yeah, I'm really digging it. And I'm honestly, I kind of hate myself for playing this game, waiting so long to fucking play this game.
I mean, although it is kind of coincidence that the DLC just came out like last week. So I was like, okay, we're kind of, because I heard a lot of people that play the DLC. They're like, oh, I haven't played this game in fucking months, and I have to remember all the controls. And I'm like, I don't have to worry about that problem if I buy the DLC.
Not a problem. It's not a problem. You should have just waited. But yeah,
waited for the full version of the game or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like, well, I guess the other thing I will say is, I'm glad I'm finally getting to this game because this game is the fucking Mass Effect game that I wanted.
Yeah, I do get kind of a Mass Effect vibe from it too. It's just without all the weaponry and like the psychic ability and stuff like that.
It's more just like the world building aspect of it and like just talking to people in conversations
and the choices you can make and
It's just learning about all the different cultures too and how they interact with each other and their histories with each other and all that. That is I was not expecting that from this game, so I'm just very grateful that I got to play this, and it gives me one excuse to hold off on finishing Andromeda. So that's positive in my book for now.
Oh man, well, it's definitely a good distraction from Andromeda, I would say.
Although I found other parallels with this game and Andromeda specifically, because I don't know if you've been to one of the cauldrons yet, but
no.
But those areas are very reminiscent of like the precursor areas in Mass Effect Andromeda, because in that game you have to discover like these in order to fix the planets in Andromeda. You have to go into these like ancient alien structures, and they look remarkably like the cauldrons in Horizon Zero Dawn. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? It's cool. Like, okay, this is cool. I'll deal with it, but it was just weird how similar those two things look. It's like things were leaking. I don't know. It's weird. And then just couple that with all the different Breath of the Wild references. I was like, okay, this is too crazy. I don't understand what's going on, but it's like, okay, I can deal with it. It's just coincidence, right? No bigger conspiracy theory going on there.
There are so many more. Like, I haven't played Andromeda, but I have played Breath of the Wild, and there are so many there are so many things that are just they're too similar to be coincidence. Like, I'm sure that somebody was talking to somebody else, and it just things just happen to kind of merge and mix in both.
They're just
games.
Too similar, man.
Yeah, they were way too similar.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is fucking dope.
Yeah, I'm all in now. It's a great game. It's a great game. I'm in love with it. I really want to see this through to the end. It just took me a little bit to get into it.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw these guys yet, but I saw my first, I think they're called Thunder Jaws. They're the big T-Rex motherfuckers on the cover of the game.
No, I haven't encountered it, but they have started like talking about, like, referring to one. Mm-hmm. Like, there was someone that referred to one, like, in passing.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So so I'm like, no, I have not encountered one of those yet. Like, I can skill like the smaller enemies.
Yeah.
And even the saber-tooth tiger one, like, I can kind of skill that one too, but I haven't encountered a T-Rex one yet.
Yeah, I saw one of those on the way to the next area, and I was running on the road, and I saw that thing from a distance, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I scanned it, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to keep going down this fucking road. See you later.
That's one thing I just want to comment on real quick, though, about this game. Like, I feel like whenever you're in battle, like, if you're, you can be really good with stealth killing, but I feel like as soon as you get caught, and if you get caught by, like, a herd of small enemies, like, you feel like you have to, like, really, like I get that real sense of feeling of like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like you've got to run, and because like these enemies can take you out in like one shot.
Yeah, they hit hard.
Yeah, like they're the small enemies can take you out in one shot. The large enemies, forget it. Like some of them, it's just I really like the sense of like, oh shit, like you really get a sense of urgency. So I can only imagine with like the large enemies like the thunder jaw, like you were talking about.
Yeah,
that you basically have to like use up like all of your resources, like all of your health, like all of your your fire arrows, thunder arrows, and like your traps and everything. You have to use it all just to fucking kill this one fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the satisfaction that you get by like hitting its weak spot or finding its weak spot and like just critical hitting the motherfucker, like when it's down, it's just like yeah,
it feels it's like an achievement, like an actual achievement, not like an Xbox One achievement or whatever. It's like an actual achievement, like you've done something pretty cool.
You've done something with your life.
Yeah. Although I don't love like the human on human combat, like that isn't as interesting.
No, it's not as interesting, and it's not as refined. I feel like it's just like, all right, the human, like the AI for the humans are like not like the animals or the robots, I should say.
Yeah,
but like
you can still do like trap stuff, but it's not as interesting or satisfying or whatever.
Yeah, these traps are obviously set for robots, and you do it on humans. You're just like, oh, what have I done?
It's like the humans are dumber than the animals.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah, it's not definitely, I would definitely agree. It's not as satisfying. Like, I just want to get to like the good stuff. I want to get to like more robots, more robot hunting.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway is like, I was not expecting a Mass Effect like game, or at least a Mass Effect like world. And, I'm so glad that it does have that. Because it just
glad it scratches that itch for you.
It does, because BioWare is not going to be doing Mass Effect for a while.
No. No.
Nope. But yeah, man. I don't know if you got anything else to say about Horizon, but shit.
No, I think I've said everything that I needed to say. I just wanted to keep it quick because it's already been discussed many times. On this show. But
it's just new to us.
It's new to us, but I like it. I like it a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten a lot of accolades, and some of which we will discuss a little later, but it's gotten a lot of accolades, and I could definitely see why.
Yep.
So, yeah. Well, all right. I guess that's it for what we've been playing. So we are going to go into headlines, and got a lot of interesting stuff this week. Good God. I got some comments. Oh my God.
Okay.
But Before we continue, go to innercitygeeks.com so you can follow along with us. And we're actually going to kind of start the headlines off with a retraction. But it's not a retraction that was on us. Like, we reported everything correctly. But a couple of weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago, we were talking about the PowerPass program from GameStop and how it offered like for 6 months that you had to buy for like 6 months ahead of time, and you got access to rent basically like any used game that the GameStop store in question that you rented from had in stock.
Yep.
And the reason why calling this a retraction of sorts is that GameStop themselves they're going to temporarily pause the PowerPass program. Like indefinitely, it seems, because the article says that it's not clear why they're doing it, but it seems like the biggest takeaway the biggest thing that they can pinpoint, I should say, is that the company's computers can't handle the program. It's weird. The only thing that they offered was a statement saying that they've elected to temporarily pause the rollout of the new subscription service based on a few program limitations that they've identified. And that's it. That's all she wrote, I guess, when it comes to that.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that was a thing a couple of weeks ago, or a rumor thing a couple of weeks ago that was supposed to happen, and that it's not happening anymore.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, all right, that's that for the retraction. Again, not our fault. But GameStop decided to kind of pull the plug out from under us. Yeah. So, now, okay. Oh, my God. All right. So...
Oh my God. Slap myself in the face. This is fucking craziness. What's going on in this world, Frank?
Dude. Okay. All right. So Injustice 2. Uh-huh. They announced their next DLC fighter pack. It's the third DLC fighter pack for Injustice 2. So there's a trailer video here.
I will say though, to kind of set this up, I think they had already previously announced that Adam was going to be in this next fighter pack.
Yes.
The two other characters were unknowns at the time, but I believe I kind of heard this in other circles. I don't know if this was like a general consensus, but some people were speculating that one of the characters would be Melina from the Mortal Kombat series, because I believe there was some like footage or like a picture of like a Sai somewhere, and I think some other people are also speculating that like a Rorschach from Watchmen might make it in here, because there was another maybe teaser image of somebody in a trench coat. So people were like, who's going to be next in this fighter pack? And I guess we found out.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I was completely thrown by this.
Yeah.
And God, like if I had no reason to buy Injustice 2. I do now. Like I'm totally going to get this game like tomorrow.
Uh-huh. I mean, you might as well wait until the thing comes out.
Well, maybe
there's like a collection thing or a better deal. I don't know.
Well, actually, Injustice 2 came out on PC today as we record.
Yeah.
So that might be a good time. But anyway, so okay, without further ado. So yes, you mentioned something about a Sai, and you mentioned something about a character in a trench coat. Maybe it could be Rorschach from Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
The character was Raphael, as in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Raphael.
Uh-huh. But not just Raphael.
It's not just Raphael. All fucking four of them. All four of the Ninja Turtles are going to be coming to Injustice 2.
The third character is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to be in Injustice 2? What? What is going on?
And Enchantress. But
her too.
The fucking turtles. The turtles. God damn. Holy shit.
Yo. What? Yo. Are you serious?
Yeah. We're fucking serious. I lost my goddamn mind when I saw this shit. I was like, wait, what? Because like people in my fighting game Discord are freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I know E-League is happening.
Everybody just calm down.
What's going on? Who cares about comic book characters? I don't know. and then I go on Twitter and I see the trailer. I'm like, oh my fucking God. This is not real. What?
Yo, the Ninja Turtles. All four of the Ninja Turtles are coming to Injustice 2.
Uh-huh.
I say it again, I literally had no reason to get Injustice 2. I was not interested.
Yep.
I was willing to maybe give it a try way later down the line for whatever reason. But fuck. I'm all in. I'm all in completely.
They lit a fire up under your ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If you haven't guessed by now, I'm a very big Ninja Turtles fan. It seems like you are too. It's just like I would have never.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of dropped off of the game, but now I have a lot of incentive to pick this game up again and actually like learn the intricacies and maybe some characters and stuff just so I can get ready for some turtle action.
Yo, logistically speaking, you're like, but it doesn't make sense. Actually, it does, because the Ninja Turtles comic that's going on right now, the ongoing one, is published by IDW, which is actually owned by DC. So that's why they were able to put them in this game.
I mean, whatever.
Put them in the crossover.
They're in there. Who cares? I mean, they put Raiden in there. There's no Raiden comic or Raiden. Just
to justify the rhyme and reason why the Turtles are in there, so people don't be like, well, this just seems like a cash grab. Well, yeah, of course. Because I mean, I'm gonna pay all of my money for Injustice 2, just so I can fucking play as the Ninja Turtles. I want to play as Leonardo. Just him. If you just put him in it, fine.
Yeah.
But all 4 of them, sure. Okay, why not? Take my money. Fry meme right there. So, yeah, the Turtles are going to be in Injustice 2. I love this. I love everything about this news. Oh, yeah, and also Adam and Enchantress, they're there too. But
yeah,
I love everything about this. This is awesome news.
I love the announcement, but I have so many questions. Like, how is this going to work in the game? Do I pick just the Turtles as a single character? Or are all 4 like separate characters? That's the main question.
So I have a question for that, but before that question, I will say I was hearing rumors that like, so there's a character in the game called Triborg. Is that correct? Where it's basically Triborg is basically like three separate characters, but as one character.
You're talking about from Mortal Kombat or Injustice 2?
I think I'm not sure which game.
That sounds like a Mortal Kombat X character because they at one point I think they combined all the 3 robots into one.
Okay, and yeah, basically like they control very similarly, like almost the exact same, but they just have like maybe 1 or 2 moves that set them apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, they were like basically the ninjas, but in robot form.
Right. So basically, that I was hearing rumors that like the Turtles are going to be like that, like it's going to be all 4 of them, but maybe 1 or 2 moves that set them apart. Maybe the weapon range or something that sets them apart. But the question I had to counter your question is, with these Injustice packs, like, do they usually announce just 3 characters, or is it more than 3?
The past 2 have been 3 characters.
So it looks like it might be the 4 Turtles are 1 character.
Yeah, plus there's that one line in the trailer where it's like, oh, we all fight as a team.
We fight as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So, all right, well, yeah.
Because the only thing I'm scared of is because they sort of do something similar with Robin and Nightwing, because Nightwing was a character in the first Injustice and he had like a bow staff and everything, but Robin in this game has a sword, but they're canonically the same character. They're both Damian Wayne. Yeah. But you can equip like a gear, I think it's like a weapon slot or something that you can equip on Robin that makes him the bow staff version of Nightwing or something. My question is, can you switch between the Turtles on the fly in the game, or is it something where it's like just a different skin basically that you apply on each of the Turtles, which makes them play differently?
It sounds I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it might be this different skin. Like, again, just something that they have all the same exact moves. It's just sets them apart, like something that sets them apart slightly.
That's kind of what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case,
I'm still hyped, but that would be kind of like cheapening it, you know?
Yeah, because especially if that's the case, because a lot of people mostly play online with the competitive stuff turned on, which disables all the gear. If it's a skin thing, it might not matter, but just the fact that there's a possibility that they could play differently might affect the competitive play, because maybe you just default to whatever the main turtle is for that mode. I don't know, but that's my only fear. But man, that announcement, I'm surprised that shit didn't leak beforehand.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that it didn't leak beforehand. I think even was it Ed Boon?
Yeah, he said the same thing.
He said he was super surprised that it didn't leak beforehand. It's like, what? What is happening?
Yep. Like, this is crazy. But like, that's not the only fucking crazy video game, fighting game character announcement. Like, what the shit is going on?
So hyped as I am about the Turtles. So on to the next news. On to the next piece of news. Holy shit. Like a few days later, I think the next day, actually.
I think that's right.
I think it was the following morning. They announced, so Tekken 7, we all know, like we talked about this, Tekken 7 is getting Geese Howard. You know, it has Akuma already from Street Fighter, Geese Howard from Fatal Fury, KOF. So we're like, all right, yeah, Tekken is really experimenting with different franchises, and they're bringing other characters in there, you know, different fighters. So they the next morning, I was like, what the fuck? They announced Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 is going to be in Tekken 7. What?
Okay.
What the fuck?
That's well, okay.
What does this mean?
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand. Like, all right, that's cool. That's cool.
This is too much craziness from these two announcements in as many days. Like, what the fuck? I can't take all this craziness.
I don't get it. Like, this is crazy. It's just like all the memes too. It's just like, the whole like tech, like, Injustice was like, oh, bet you can't beat the surprise that we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in our game, and Tekken's like, hold my beer. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yo, what? Mm-hmm. Noctis?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15? Main character? That dude. That he's gonna be in Tekken 7. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
And he looks pretty cool in Tekken 7. I don't know, his moveset is like pretty crazy.
His moveset is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I mean, that's how it was in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
It's just that it fit that setting a little more, so it didn't stick out as much.
Yeah.
But here, it's like, he's the same character. It's just, yeah, he seems pretty awesome. He might seem a little overpowered too, because of all the weapons that he has possession of. He has possession of 4 different weapons in this game. So,
and he's also got a new stage with him too.
Yep. But yo, what is going on?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's just like, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just still thinking about Dragon Ball FighterZ and all of the possibilities of characters they can have in that game.
Yeah.
And like, we have not scratched the surface of that game. And it's just like, they're doing things like this now. And I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
What is happening?
It's crazy. Although I did see some, I don't know if these were just like memes people were making, but some people were speculating or wishing that Kiryu from Yakuza would be the next Tekken 7 character, which would be fucking hysterical.
Yo, this is great. This is all great news. This is all like awesome, because I'm glad to see that fighting games I'm hoping that this is not more of like, let's try to keep them as relevant as possible.
Yeah.
Right now, because we are going through our second renaissance of fighting games. Like, it's just a lot of them.
Yeah.
Now, and like, it's crazy. Like, I don't think Evo's ever been like this packed. Like, as far as like it's never been a whole like, we have to choose one game to get rid of, or we have to choose one game out of like the many that we really want to feature. It's just like, yeah, this is all great news. I just hope it's not like, it's not gonna the flame's not gonna burn out and die.
Yeah.
With this, but this is great that like there's like franchises mixing and merging, and it just creates a lot of possibilities. Someone was saying, it's like, yo, we doing this. So yeah, we doing this now. Noctis and Tekken 7 and the Ninja Turtles and Injustice 2. We gotta be playing Mugen.
Yo,
right,
for real.
We're gonna play Mugen Fighter right now. Let's do it. Let's load it up. Let's do it.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's. Oh my god, that makes so much sense now. Yep.
It does. Like, we got Geese Howard. and Akuma in Tekken 7. We got the Ninja Turtles. We got Dragon Ball FighterZ coming out with all these fucking characters. Like, we're going to play Mugen right now. Let's do it. Let's load it up.
Worlds are colliding. Yeah.
No, it's all great, though.
Smash Brothers been like,
awesome.
Like, we've been doing this crazy shit. Where you been at?
Smash Brothers like, well, we have Cloud and Bayonetta in our games. Like, come on, guys.
I mean, we put Sonic in a Nintendo game like years ago. Like,
Sonic, Sonic made it. Sonic made it to Brawl. Fucking, we got Ryu from Street Fighter. He's in there too. It's like, oh shit, we've been doing this forever. Smash yeah, like, can we get in on it finally? Can we get recognized for the fact that we started this?
Yeah, Ryu gets to fight Cloud while Akuma gets to fight Noctis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
what?
Where's Lightning at?
You know what? Apparently, there were also like some like very very small rumors that she was going to be the one to make it into Tekken 7. If anybody should have made it. If anybody should have made it from the Final Fantasy series, it wasn't going to be Cloud, because I think Cloud's like, already in Smash, like he's in there.
Yeah.
But like, if anybody else was going to make it, because of sheer exposure, it's Lightning. And there was rumors that she was going to be the one, but that obviously was debunked. And we got Noctis.
Mm-hmm.
So
Noctis and his team too. They're in the background on the stage, so he's not alone.
Yeah, Gladio, Prompto, and Ignis. They're all there. They're all there just giving him shit. Because apparently Gladio, there was like in the video, if you watch it in the video, Gladio was like saying like, I want to be the one to enter. And, then the other two were like, oh, I want to enter. And then Noctis is like, no, I'm doing it. So he just does. He just, here I am. And apparently they're all friends with Lars.
Right.
And they show a little clip at the end of Lars and Noctis just fishing. Because if you play Final Fantasy 15, not fishing was Noctis's thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. The madness.
Yeah, that's just the next fucking day. Like, I don't know how much more of this I could take. Yeah, I was waiting patiently, like, the next day to, like, see, like, all right, what's going to happen now? It's like, we're going to see, like, Pikachu in, like...
What's going to happen next? Pikachu's going to talk in English? What's going on?
Oh, my God. Like, I don't even know if it's relevant, but I think it just deserves to pay lip service to it. Just people are just freaking the fuck out over Pikachu. It's kind of a spoiler, but I mean it's the internet. But apparently at the end of the new Pokemon movie, Pikachu, instead of just saying his name over and over, that like a regular Pokemon, except for the Meowth, Pikachu speaks English now.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that correctly. Pikachu speaks English.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if you can say that technically because maybe Ash was having a little, like, I don't know, moment.
Trip?
Yeah.
Is that an acid trip?
Maybe. Things were happening. I don't know. You never know. But Pikachu spoke. I was like, what the fuck?
It happened. Whatever it was, it happened.
Yeah.
It was weird.
For real.
It was so weird.
What? No, this is bad. Undo, please. Just take it back.
Control Z. Right now. Back arrow. Like right now. Like this is so weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So weird, but yeah, okay. All right. So let's get back. So in other news, not quite as hype, but it's very good news. It's very good news. Long time coming. So we've been talking about the voice actors strike that's been going on for the past year, and the latest thing about it is that it's over.
Hooray!
It's finally over. Yay! So SAG-AFTRA and the voice actors union have reached an agreement, and the agreement includes bonus payments for recording sessions and better organization with employers on solutions and preventative measures for vocal strain and stress on the voice actors themselves. So this is good. This is really good because we can have like some top flight talent, like really, getting what they deserve to be paid, and working more on some good stuff.
Yeah,
like I'm really hoping. I'm really kind of interested to see what Nolan North was teasing, with the whole Superman thing.
Oh, was he teasing something?
Yeah, he was teasing something last year that he was saying like this is a project that's going to take about 10 years of his life.
Oh, okay.
And it was heavily rumored that it was going to be the next Superman game.
Interesting.
And yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see like if he, they get on that. But yeah, this is awesome. What do you think about this? Are you happy about this?
Yeah, it's about fucking time. The publishers got off their asses and gave them their fair due. I don't know if I'm pretty sure they didn't go the whole way with like the residuals or whatever, the bonuses for if the game did well or anything, but at least they're getting, the basics, which anyone should have been getting anyway. It's kind of surprising that they weren't getting, or that the publishers were getting away with so much of this for so long. It's like, really? You're not going to tell me, like, do I need to, like, prepare my voice if I'm going to be screaming all fucking day, or do I need to do live stunts? Like, that would be helpful information, so I can prepare. Yeah. But Yeah, it's about damn time.
Yeah. So awesome. And the last bit of news is we don't usually do this, but I feel like this year has been especially special. But the nominees for the Game Awards 2017 were announced today as we record. And going down the list, we're not going to go through the whole list, but going down the list, there are just some things that I just wanted to point out that I'm just like, oh shit. Mainly Game of the Year. So the nominees for Game of the Year, we have Horizon Zero Dawn, which we talked about earlier today. We have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which we mentioned earlier today. We have PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and Super Mario Odyssey.
I noticed you're leaving a particular game for last.
I know. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I'm getting to it. So it's Super Mario Odyssey. Definitely well-deserved. And we have Persona 5. Holy fuck. Oh. I can't believe Persona 5 made nominee for Game of the Year.
I know, right?
Nah,
over Nier Automata? Like, what's going on?
I'm not saying I don't believe it. But Persona 5 is an amazing fucking game. And people really should play it. And yes, over Nier Automata. I know that's probably bad. But Persona 5, I feel like Persona 5 is a better game than Nier Automata.
Okay.
By far.
I haven't played either, so I can't say one way or the other.
But yeah, I've played 4 of the 5 games on this list, and I want Persona 5 to win so bad.
Yeah.
But it's got some tough competition.
Yeah, this year has been
really
nuts.
Tough competition. Yeah. Some really tough competition.
I think that's my only thing is that I wish there were more games nominated for Game of the Year.
Like not just 5.
Yeah, like maybe they should do like an Oscars thing, like how they expanded the nominations
10.
for that. Yeah. Or like the Oscars, they tried 10 one year and then they kind of scaled it back, but like there's some other criteria that you have to meet, so it might not always be exactly 10, just based, I guess, on the year. But
right. It could be like 8,
or
7, but definitely like there are sometimes if like the year yields a lot of good products.
Like this fucking year for games. Holy shit.
For games, for sure. But I also will mention that Horizon Zero Dawn is nominated for a lot of the awards, a lot of the top awards.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to take home quite a few, I think. I think it's definitely able to take home quite a few.
Yeah, it's possible.
I just want to say, I just want to mention, the last thing I want to mention is, there's the category of best score or music in a game, and got some crazy competitors on there too. Also 6 games, 6 games that are competing for that.
Interesting.
So Persona 5 once again made that list. But it's up against Nier Automata. And that's tough.
Yep.
I honestly think Persona 5 beats out Nier Automata, but Nier has a fucking fantastic soundtrack. Like, so good. But Persona 5 soundtrack, I think, is like top-notch stuff, like top flight shit. Like, like it is like so fucking awesome. But it's also up against Super Mario Odyssey, which the soundtrack is no slouch. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, again, no slouch. Cuphead, awesome music. Yeah. Awesome fucking music. Especially like it fit the aesthetic and it fit like the time period that they were trying to like emulate. And Destiny 2, I don't know much about, but I'm sure that you can probably say, is it well deserved? Is it deserved to be on this list?
It is not? Absolutely well deserved. They've been doing amazing things with the music over the past years, and Destiny 2 is no exception.
Nice.
It's a really good score.
Persona 5. I want Persona 5 to win this category. If Persona 5 was able to win any category, it's this one. I think. Persona 5 is also nominated for best art design. I think art direction, and the menus and the menus and everything about that game is ridiculous. But it's up against some tough competition, including Horizon Zero Dawn and Cuphead and Legend of Zelda and Destiny 2. So, yeah, I'm just glad Persona 5 made this list at all. Like like any list at all.
Uh-huh.
So, does anything else here stick out to you?
I'm just happy that Hellblade got a few nods in a couple of other categories. Not Game of the Year, unfortunately, but some other things where it is well deserved, I think. I'm still not a fan of the trending gamer category.
Oh yeah.
I don't love that, but like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially this year, as this year is like, it's about those games, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely some good stuff this year. This year has been great.
Yeah. And actually,
it's been so good.
People can actually vote on all of these different categories as well. I think if you go to their site, you can do that, but you need to log into Facebook. But you can also go to Google, and I forget what the search phrase is, but you can like search for the Game Awards 2017 or vote for the Game Awards, something like that. It's on their website as well, but the information. But you can search directly on the Google search page as long as you're logged into Google. Mm-hmm. So you got some options. And you can log in or you can vote at least once per day. So if you've got something you're vying for, you can definitely go in there and spam some votes for your favorite game.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Resident Evil 7 was nominated for Best Audio Design.
Yeah.
That to me is a winner.
I don't know, Hellblade, man.
I know Hellblade. I know Hellblade's audio design is amazing too, and I still. Everybody does keep talking about Hellblade's audio design. Mm-hmm. I think that would be Hellblade's only competition. I mean, Resident Evil 7's only competition.
Yeah.
In this category, I think Resident Evil 7 did a fucking phenomenal job. Hellblade, I'm sure that'd be its only competition. I think it's really down to those two.
Yeah, I think Hellblade for sure deserves it, but I'm afraid it's not going to get it.
Yeah. I would just think that if Resident Evil 7 doesn't get it, I'm thinking Hellblade will get it and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, the other three games that are nominated are Destiny 2, Breath of the Wild, and Mario Odyssey. While, yeah, I've played 3 of the games on this list, and I can say Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey have really good audio design, but not to the level of I would assume Hellblade, and definitely not to the level of Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, like the audio in those two games, Hellblade and Resident Evil, are like core to those experiences.
Yeah, you have to have your surround sound on, and you have to like immerse yourself with the audio experience. But yeah, so yeah, I just came across. I'm like, oh, but yeah. So you can go over the nominees with this article. Like I said, we don't usually do this with the nominees, but I just felt like this year I saw this and I was like, yeah, this year has been too awesome.
Yeah.
To not like at least like look over these and just like, and again with the whole you can vote, so go out there and vote and at least do research and know what you're looking at. If anything, go ahead.
I will say, though, I heard some people like saying that, oh, maybe PlayerUnknown's Battleground shouldn't be nominated because it hasn't been fully released yet. And to that, I say, like, that's, the game has been fucking huge. It sold like 20 million. Like, the game is fucking out. It is. It's not officially out, but it's come on. Everyone is able to play it. It has the largest player base ever. It's a technicality at this point. Like there's so many games. Like Epic is a big thing. I hate the way they do that, where they say like, oh, the game's not released yet in quotes, but they sell a fucking boxed version of the game that is not released. I'm like, no, it's released. It's in stores, especially when it's in stores. It's fucking released, but. Also, when so many people are playing it on this level, it's you know what? It deserves to be mentioned at least, because this fucking year has been a lot about PUBG and how it took off. So I say it deserves its place in the Game of the Year nominations at the very least. Winning, I don't know. Me personally, it's not Game of the Year, but I can see an argument for it for sure.
Yeah, that Game of the Year category is pretty rough.
Yeah,
I would also say that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds are pretty like I would say that's like if it wins, I'd be like completely shocked, like floored, like whoa, okay. But I've played the other 4 games on this list. I want Persona 5 to win. I think it might go to Horizon Zero Dawn or Mario Odyssey. Or actually no, Breath of the Wild. Damn it,
yeah,
Breath of the Wild. I think it might be between Horizon Zero Dawn or Breath of the Wild.
I don't know. I think PUBG might do it.
Oh, God. That would kill me. I'm like, the other 4 games are so good. But PUBG is really good, too.
I mean, it's kind of been the year of PUBG.
Yeah, that many people can't be wrong. Yeah, but yeah. All right. So that is going to do it for headlines for this week. And Alex is going to go ahead and take us through what we can look forward to for the upcoming week. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So for this week, the week of November 14th, we've got Star Wars Battlefront 2 Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Only if you're impatient.
That's been making some news.
Yeah, some people complaining a lot about the earning the other characters. You have to spend so much time, and EA is kind of like waffling on it and like changing the formula or whatever to get those characters. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe wait a little bit before you, especially for the deluxe edition, because the regular price is coming down later this week. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of interested in the game solely for the story mode, but I don't even know if that's worth it now from what I've been hearing early reports. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. But time will tell if this gets any better. But also this week we have The Sims 4 Deluxe Party Edition. Also note Deluxe is in the title, so there's another version coming out later on. But the Deluxe Party Edition is out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One now. Also out this week, Injustice 2 Surprise for the PC. The only thing I would worry about is crossplay. I do not know, and I probably am sure it's not going to exist between PC and consoles. But just keep that in mind if you decide to pull the trigger on Injustice 2, because I don't know what life is going to be on PC in terms of multiplayer.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Street Fighter V the only fighting game of this sort of generation that has crossplay between console and PC?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of like Guilty Gear, Killer Instinct, Injustice.
Yeah,
like all of those games. No, they don't have crossplay.
Yeah, Guilty Gear is technically crossplay, but that's only between PS3 and PS4.
PS4, yeah,
but not cross to PC. So yeah, they're all kind of on their own islands, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it sucks because those games kind of live and die on their online.
Yep.
But that's the cards we're dealt right now until Sony decides to open up the floodgates and let crossplay happen.
With all these characters coming in different. Yeah, let's just do it, man. Let's get that Mugen up, yo.
Let the good times roll, man.
Let's start playing.
Also out this week is L.A. Noire. The remake is out now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is out now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Rocket League for the Switch is now out.
What?
Yep. You can take your little little RC car soccer on the go.
That's amazing.
I think they hit 60 frames per second on that version of the game too, so it's even better.
Portable Rocket League.
I know, right? Never dies, and thank God it's in our lives.
Yeah.
We also got Batman: The Telltale series also out for the Switch. So you want to take
the first one?
I'm pretty sure it's the first season. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got DLC in Final Fantasy 15, the multiplayer expansion called Comrades, out now for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It'll Do 2 Plus is out now for the Switch, as is The Blob, but for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Valhalla is making its way to Vita. It's kind of spelled all weird with numbers and stuff, but I know that game has been out at least on PC for a while too, so if you've heard good things about that, you can take it on the go on your Vita if you still have one.
I do.
We've also got Outcast Second Contact for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Road Rage for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Cat Quest for the PlayStation 4. Demon Gaze 2 for PS4 and Vita. Far From Noise for PS4 and PC. And Harvest Moon Light of Hope is out now for PC. Well, and that brings us to our Friday releases this week. So if you're listening to this the day it comes out, you gotta wait another day for these guys. But first up for Friday is Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon will be out for the 3DS. I haven't kept up on what Ultra is, like how different it is from Sun and Moon, so if it's not drastically different, I don't feel personally compelled to get it, but I do adore me some Sun and Moon, because that was amazing to come back to Pokemon. Also on Friday, the regular version of Star Wars Battlefront 2 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, if you only want to spend the $60 and not whatever, the $80, $90, whatever, deluxe edition. Wait until Friday. We've also got on Friday The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim coming out for Switch and the PlayStation VR.
What? Yeah. Portable Skyrim, oh my god.
Now you can literally live inside of Skyrim.
Good lord. You can take it everywhere.
I know, right? A couple more Friday releases. The Sims 4 regular version for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And finally, one of my favorites, VVVVVV, is out now, or will be out on Friday, for the Switch. If you have not played that game and you like platformers, you owe it to yourself to check out that game because it's amazing. It's great. And the last thing I'll mention too is Overwatch is having another free weekend this weekend. If you are at all interested and have not pulled the trigger on Overwatch but are curious, you can do that this weekend starting November 17th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and that will end on November 20th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And that's across all platforms, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So have fun. But that will do it for us and the new releases this week.
All right. Thank you for that. And that means we are done with this episode. So before we officially go, we would like you to visit InnerCityGeeks.com, which is where we're located, where we have a bunch of stuff sometimes regarding everything geek. You can listen to our old episodes on and or subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Good Games Podcast. That's just another place where you can just listen to the show. So yeah, go there. We're there. And you can also listen to us on iTunes, where you can leave us a review. It's the best thing that you can do for us. Just let us know what you think of the show, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. Just leave us a review, say something, so we at least know how we're doing. You can listen to us on Stitcher Radio as well, and you can basically listen to us where all podcasts are available to be listened to. I also want to encourage everyone that if you're going to do any kind of Amazon shopping, that you go to InnerCityGeeks.com first. You'll see that Amazon banner on the right-hand side of the page. Click on that. It'll take you to Amazon. Go buy whatever it is that you were going to buy. And then a little bit of that will come back towards us so we can provide more show and more content just for you. You can reach us on all of the social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, mainly at Inner City Geeks. The Twitter for this show is at Good Game Podcast. And you can also email us at goodgamespodcast@gmail.com. And so that is going to about do it for this one. Thank you for listening, everybody. We're going to say goodbye. And in leaving, as always, we say, good games, everybody.
Good games.